Hey y'all, it's your girl Jada J. I wanted to do this video because I was going through my channel recently and I was very disappointed with what I saw. Um, I firstly, and most of you know because most of you came here because of the Jedi. Thank you so much. And I don't want to make this too long because there's something on up my camera and it keeps turning on and off. So anyway. The Jedi was my biggest inspiration in coming to YouTube. He does critical work speaking about what's going on with Africans everywhere on the planet, but specifically here in America. And so I came here primarily because of the Jedi and watching his work. And I actually started doing videos on Facebook because of his work. I started to do critical work while still incorporating humor, but they were critical issues. Nothing on the level of the Jedi because nothing is. It's the Jedi. But I moved here to YouTube to be able to speak more freely about specifically what's going on with Africans in this nation. And in going through my channel, I realized that I have not done that. Not shading Tyler Perry, of course, because If Love Me Was Wrong and The Haves and Have-Nots are some of my favorite shows, but that's not primarily why I came to YouTube. In fact, when I was doing Facebook, I actually moved to YouTube because when I was going to school, after people were watching my videos, I have random people coming up to me saying, I heard what you said and I think it was pretty racist. And I was being called a black supremacist regularly, and I still am because, there's still arguments and debates and things like that, and nobody ever agrees with me about, what's happening with Africans in our nation. Oh, nothing's happening anymore. Slavery's over. Okay. You know what I mean? So there's arguments 24/7 involving me. So I actually moved from Facebook to YouTube because so many people were being offended, and I felt that I needed to reach a bigger platform. And I have not done that. At least not with critical work. And I also moved here because people on Facebook were saying, the videos are too long. And they were like 8 minutes, everybody. I swear to God. My longest video was like 13 minutes. And people are still, this is too long. This is too long. So that was like the second reason I moved from Facebook. But primarily it was because I was really getting tired of being addressed by people who I've never really even spoken to. And no disrespect to them, but you're coming up to me, telling me what I am, and you don't know me. And apparently you don't know what's going on in this nation either, because it was specifically one girl who, I understand her, but whatever. You know what I mean? Who would be calling me a black supremacist and, everything at this point in America is fair, so I don't really know what you're talking about. And there will be constant arguments just because of that ignorance. You know what I mean? So, I'm making this video to let you guys know, well, first of all, I apologize. And there was a specific time, I'm not going to lie, where I was making, these reviews. And I was saying, Jada, when are you going to get to this critical work? And it was always, well, I'll do it maybe in a couple days. Oh, I'll do it. And then just going through my channel, I think I did one, seriously critical video, and that was Alton Sterling. And the reason I remain quiet, which is not okay, and I know what you guys are going to tell me, you need to get over that. I have a strong emotion toward offending people. I've always hated offending people ever since I was a kid. And my mom is almost the same way, but she's at a point now where it's just like, no. And she'll tell me, she's going to be like, Jada, you're not going to get through life without offending people. Even if you didn't do it on purpose, somebody's going to be... And I know that because people get offended daily on stuff that I say. So, it's not a good reason, everybody. But that's, I'm not neutral. But I know in my not making videos on critical work, the critical problems that are happening with African people in this nation, it makes me look like I'm neutral. It makes me look ignorant. Like I'm not. I have this whole channel, and I'm not really utilizing it. You see? So I want to give a big apology for that. Because like I said, I mean, I love these shows, but that's not my primary reason for coming here. I wanted to be able to talk about the stuff that I wasn't able to talk about on Facebook freely. You know what I mean? Black Lives Matter, the police brutality that's going on, you know? Interracial dating. What's happening with black people in this nation? I wanted to be able to do that. Here I am with this channel, and I have not. So what are we going to do about that, everybody? Because it would be foolish of me to make this video and then still do what I've been doing, which is just television show reviews. Well, we're going to change that. Especially since I know that many of you have came over here because of the Jedi. One of them being Joseph Kerr. Joseph is one of our conscious brothers. He knows what's going on in this nation. As any of you who came over for the Jedi, from the Jedi channel, obviously you are. So I think I will be doing a disservice to myself and to you guys to just be doing the If Loving You Was Wrong, Haves and Have-Nots reviews. Although I appreciate and respect the Jedi's support for me, it's time I actually do some critical work that shows I actually care about my people in this nation. Because my silence has either said that I don't or that I'm neutral. Those aren't true. So in watching the Jedi's recent video, which was it's not white supremacy that separates us, it's the lack of unity among Africans. I see that many of you, just through his respect and him, you know, asking you guys to, you know, check out my channel, you've done that. Appreciate you and the Jedi both. But now I gotta start showing y'all what I really know. You know what I'm saying? That I am aware. That I'm not okay with it. And that I'm progressing as a person, you see. As an African person, because through my not wanting to offend people, I think through not doing the critical work, I will offend more people than if I don't. Someone said to me when it was around the time I was doing my videos for Facebook, and I think the interracial dating video is where I got most of the flack. I've even been meaning to upload that video to Facebook, but to YouTube. I think I'm just going to scrap it and maybe do another one. My views are revised since the last time, since I made that video. But someone said to me, and this was one of the things where I was really just, I can't do Facebook anymore as far as critical work, you know. Someone said to me and he was white. No disrespect. This is, a friend of mine. He said to me, Jada, she tricked me into liking her videos. And then she went into the controversial stuff. I said, really? I tricked you? Because I wasn't making jokes at every turn, because I was speaking for African people and not really nobody else. He even said to me, I need to stay away from the controversial stuff. If defending African people in this nation is controversial, then you just need to stay away from me, because that's all I'm gonna do. He, like most people, doesn't understand. He doesn't care. He's admitted that he doesn't care. He, he's not really conscious about what goes on. He doesn't think about it. We're actually reading Malcolm X, and I've gotten several arguments already, through people who are not even reading the book. They're coming and telling me, Malcolm X, he was a racist and, this, that, and the third. He wasn't a good person. He was bitter. And, oh, okay. And I've gotten to several arguments about that. With people who are not even reading the book. You're allowed to have an opinion. But don't try and tell me that mine is wrong when you haven't even done your homework. I know Malcolm X. Before we started reading the book, I read up on Malcolm X because we did a very small portion of anything about Malcolm X in 8th grade. It was very small. Actually, I hope they corrected this in textbooks, because when I was reading Malcolm X, which was in 8th grade, they called Bambi. Hope they corrected that. I don't know. And then there's people who aren't reading the book who decide to say, oh, he was a horrible person and, he was ignorant. Okay. Ignorant person calling Malcolm X ignorant. That's cute. No disrespect to them, but it's obvious you haven't done your homework on Malcolm. And even people, because I have so much respect for Malcolm, oh, what, are you in love with him? No. I respect African people who have done something to try and improve our position in this nation. And Malcolm X is, for me, at the top of the list. I couldn't say that without listening to some of his speeches and listening to his impact on other people. There are many people who to this day say Malcolm X is their hero. Which is needed, because there are so many people who have forgotten about Malcolm X. We need somebody to keep coming back and saying, well, don't forget what he's done. You see? Even my teacher. Respect to her. But I didn't know how to feel about it, because we were reading the book. And this might have been actually before we started reading, but she had given us the books. No, we were reading already. But I know Malcolm, so I could have felt weird about it. She says, we don't know necessarily how to look at everything in this story, because although Malcolm X may seem, we were talking about the tone of the story, and she was like, though he may seem conversational, we don't really know, because Alex Haley wrote the book And she said she feels like Alex Haley was intimidated by Malcolm. So that may have affected his writing in the book. I was like, so what is she saying, that Malcolm was like an incredibly mean person? Like, I don't know, because I should have asked that question. But again, I'm always so, I can't offend her. You know, she's a teacher. She's grown. I can't. So, a long story short, everybody, from this day forward, I'm going to try my darndest better than that. If I know something, I've got the story on it. I know what's going on fully, because I don't like to really get on camera and talk about something I don't know about. Once I get the story, once I get the scoop, once I'm able to wrap my head around it and really see what's going on, not just taking what somebody else said and getting on camera, y'all gonna have the story. With Terrence Crutcher and Keith Scott, I had the stories. I have the stories. But I didn't get on camera and speak about it because of my irrational dislike of offending people. So, but as I said, for me to make this video and make no changes is pointless. So, like I'm telling you this day forward, I'm gonna have to put that aside. Because this is the important work. And this is what I need to be doing. So, thank you to everyone who has subscribed to my channel from the Jedi. Anyone who just found my channel and decided to subscribe. Thank you. Alright, y'all, I'm gonna get this up. I apologize once again. It is your girl, J to J. Peace.